It's almost Valentine's Day, so grab your box of chocolates and come and hear about the top that I made that's inspired by the Lovers card. If you've been following me, you know that I'm on this journey to build myself a dream wardrobe, and I'm doing it while taking inspiration from the major arcana and the tarot. Now we're at the Lovers card, and let me show you that. And you can see that in this card there's actually two naked figures. In this case, it appears to be a man and a woman, but really they're not meant to be gender specific. This can be anyone. This card isn't just for men and women. This is one of those cards that when people are asking about romantic relationships, they see this when they get excited. Right? It's like, yes, I'm gonna get a man. Well, maybe you're gonna get a woman. I don't know. So that's the obvious meaning of the card, but I also wanted to take it a step deeper. What I wanted to get at in this card was the duality, the masculine and feminine. You know, it's about looking within yourself and really kind of identifying what it is that you're longing for, that you feel that you're missing, and providing that for yourself. And so with that being in mind, and this idea of two parts coming together to make a whole, I wanted to focus on making a top that struck a really nice balance between the two energies, right? So for this top, I chose to use this Vogue pattern. It's Vogue 1414, and it's an incline pattern. To me, this pattern really strikes a beautiful balance between the masculine energy and that feminine energy. It's pragmatism. It's a button down. It's about work. Okay, let's have something that's functional. It also has a ruffle, so that brings in the softer energy from the feminine side. So now let me tell you a little bit about this fabric that I picked up in Florida. I picked it up about 2 years ago on a trip visiting my in-laws there at a shop that's probably about 20 minutes, half an hour outside of Orlando. And the minute I saw this, I knew I just had to have a bunch of it. So this is the fabric. It's some kind of fell, maybe a poly, some kind of blend. It's really nice. It's really soft. It's a little sheer, so you can see right there. It's just a tad bit sheer. Nothing that stopped me from making a shirt with it. It's all right. And it has this really beautiful saying in both English and French. And it says, "There is only one happiness in life, to love and be loved." How sweet. So that just felt like such an appropriate and a bit cliche winner, hands down. So some of the changes that I made to this top, I cut a size 16 pattern through the shoulders, the sleeves, and around the arm side. And then I slowly graded out to the largest size that this pattern has so that it would skim over my booty. For this top, because it was a bit slippery on my machine, I used my walking foot, which really helped feed the top and the bottom through at the same time. It made it really easy to sew up, quite honestly. I love using my walking foot. So if you haven't tried one, or if you don't have one, get yourself one. It's going to make a huge difference in your sewing. And I paired the walking foot with some Wonder Tape. And I'll insert a picture here of what Wonder Tape is. So Wonder Tape is actually a double-sided tape that's about 1/4 inch wide. And I used that for tons of stuff. I used it around the collar to tape down the inside of my collar so I can stitch in the ditch, because if you know me, I really don't like to hand sew. So if I can get away with it, I absolutely will. So that's what I did for the inside of the collar and the cuffs. I made a narrow hem for this top. So what I did was I just put the 1/4 inch tape down at the very bottom on the right side, folded it in twice, sewed that up, done. All of that came together really nicely. What didn't come together nicely were the sleeve plackets, which is this piece right here. It was the first time that I ever made a placket, and quite honestly, it wasn't easy. It took me probably an hour just to read those instructions, fiddle around with my fabric and pattern, and just kind of figure out what it was that they were asking me to do. Ultimately, what I did was I drew that pattern piece onto my top completely, so that way I can see exactly where it needed to be placed, pinned it all in together, sewed that up, went in and bravely cut the shirt, hoping that I was right, but knowing that I had some extra fabric in case I needed to cut another sleeve or two. And I went for it. And you know, after I figured it out and I did the one, it didn't seem so hard. I wish the instructions were better, but I did get it, and I'm really happy with the result. It looks great. I did, instead of using the fabric horizontally for the cuff and the placket, I did cut it vertically. So it gave it a bit of a different look. I really enjoy it. I really like it a lot. So let me know what you think about this top and if I actually captured the essence of this lover's card. So next week I'll be back and you're going to see what I made that was inspired by the Chariot card. So that'll be really fun. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me and it really helps me go far on YouTube. So I really appreciate it and I thank you so much. This is the lover's card, and it's actually one of those cards that it's almost Valentine's Day, so grab your box of chocolates and see what I made.
Here.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, look at that.